and I for the love of the pride. You and I for the love of the pride. You and I for the love of the pride. All ready to ride for the love of the pride. It's a vibe though, blessed with survival. Get ready for the love, it's the pride of Kyro. You and I in our family ties. All ready to ride for the love of the pride. It's a vibe though, blessed with survival. Get ready for the love, it's the pride of Kyro. You and I in our family ties. All ready to ride for the love of the pride. I don't want any negative things to stick to the Carter name. All ready to ride for the love of the pride.
This week has been super duper crazy. Farrah was released from the hospital the other day. That girl refused to stay home and rest. Already, she has gone to 4 press conferences answering questions about her recent overdose. According to her lab results at the hospital, she was given a date rape drug. We were all shocked to learn that. Her assistant told me she was at the studio today working on some new music. So I thought I'd stop by and surprise her with some lunch.
Yo, what you doing here?
I walked into the studio room where C4 was working with some female. I wondered if my brother knew he was here, since they had that big falling out over the drugs he was pushing through here.
Came by to see Farrah. I brought her something to eat since she refuses to stay home.
Ah, too bad. You just missed her. Kingston took her out to lunch like an hour ago.
See, that's what I get for trying to be nice. Oh well, I had stuff on my own to do.
Guess I'm just gonna have to eat what you brought.
C4 snatched a bag of food out of my hand.
Excuse me, sir. I did not buy that for you. Don't snatch nothing out my hand.
I tried to grab the bag from him, but he held me back with his body as he went through the bag. This fool begins to take out the shrimp sub I bought Farrah and takes a huge bite out of it.
Ugh, you are such a pig. Who raised you?
The streets?
Boy, bye. Even the homeless people have manners. Besides, stop acting like you didn't come from a good home. I know who your mama is, boy. She didn't play when it came to her kids.
What? Okay, look at you, little Miss Brooklyn, trying to sound grown.
I am grown.
So I hear. About to get married, right? Congrats.
Whatever.
Hey, what's that I hear in your voice? Are we unsure about the great Bryson Patterson?
What are you about to give me relationship advice? Yeah, right. When was your last relationship?
Ouch, okay, that one hurt. Hey, I have you know, I'm a relationship expert.
Okay, so I was bored, and he was entertaining me, so I bet.
Really? Pop quiz then. It's your girl's birthday and she has to work late. How do you make sure she still has a wonderful day?
Girl, that's easy. I got flowers delivered to the job, lunch from her favorite restaurant delivered to the job, a car waiting for her when she gets off, because you know the girl tired or don't feel like driving, but when she gets home, man, I got rose petals on the floor leading to a nice bubble bath. And then when she's all relaxed and finishes bathing, there's presents on the bed and a candlelit dinner. And girl, don't even get me started on a getaway to the weekend.
That was an easy question. How about this one? Your girl's friend who is very attractive hits on you. Do you A, tell your girl, or B, keep it a secret?
B, keep it a secret.
Wrong answer.
C4 walked over and stood right in front of me. I never noticed that his eyes were hazel and dark at the same time. They were telling me to stay away while luring me in all at the same time. His smooth, dark chocolate skin reminded me of my favorite Bella Amore chocolate, and the scent of his cologne almost acted like aromatherapy. It was so soft and smooth.
Nah, right answer. Because the way that I would put her girl in her place will let her know to never try no shit like that again. Therefore, I wouldn't even stress my woman out with that type of BS.
Okay, so he knew how to say the right things. Doubt if he hadn't slept with a friend or two in his lifetime.
Okay, so you know a little something something.
Yeah, so I passed your quiz. What's my prize?
Didn't you just eat my food? You're welcome.
Hold on. Technically, I ate Farrah's food. I say I just won the chance to take you out to lunch.
Boy, I'm engaged. And I'm sure my fiance would not appreciate me going out with you on a lunch date.
C4 got this mischievous look in his eyes that alerted me and turned me on all at the same time. He began to circle me like a shark does his prey as he rubbed his hands together. I stood still in his circle he created for me, trying to keep my eyes on him.
Come on, Brooklyn, let's be real here. You don't want to get married, especially not to Bryson. That boy's been in the tabloids every month with a new freak.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're just keeping him around because you don't want any of the other bitches he's been sleeping with to have him. And secretly, I think you don't want him to move on to someone who he doesn't cheat on, making you feel like you just weren't good enough.
He's starting to piss me off. But for some reason, I stood there and let him continue because he might have been right.
And if that happens, the sexy, beautiful Brooklyn Carter will just feel less of a woman. Like she couldn't even satisfy her own man. Well, baby girl, I'm here to tell you none of your thoughts is true. Bryson, he's just a man who has filet mignon on his plate, but the boy wants to eat hot dogs every now and again. I'm telling you, a man like that just can't be satisfied.
C4, what you getting at?
You?
I looked at the clock on my wall and seen it was close to 9 o'clock. I worked the morning shift today, so my shift ended hours ago. I stayed late to finish up on some paperwork, and I was also waiting on some mail.
Hey, Captain, you leaving anytime soon?
Yeah, I guess it's time for me to call it quits, Johnny.
Captain, you don't have an old lady to go home to? Like you're always here, Cap.
Nope. Who's gonna put up with me?
Plenty of women. You should let me hook you up, Captain. I know a lot of women your age, single and ready to mingle, man.
Get out of here, Johnny. You go home to your wife and kids. My officer left out laughing to himself. Somebody, picture that. Me, starting over. Nah. Nobody wants to date a cop these days. I mean, I was in love once. She was like an angel. The sweetest, sexiest woman a man could ever ask for. But she was stolen from me. I guess she was never mine to begin with. Sure, I knew the risk. But the time that we spent together made me forget all about them. That woman broke my damn heart. Turned into a pillar of salt. But once you've met and lost your soulmate, no one else would ever do.
Oh yeah, Cap, this came for you earlier. It got so busy in here, I forgot to put it on your desk.
Johnny walked into my office with a manila envelope and slammed it on the desk. The mail I've been waiting for all day. Johnny, I'm still here because I'm waiting on this. How long have you had it?
I'm not gonna tell you, Cap. I need my job.
Johnny walked out of my office, leaving for real this time. If he wasn't such a good officer, I would have thrown that paperweight right in back of his head as he walked out. I sat and stared at that envelope, hoping it was something good inside. I knew if it was, someone I didn't want to hurt was going to get hurt. Fuck it. Well, would you look at that? OS came through. I needed some dirt on Kyro as he was my running mate, and he was in the lead right now. This information I held in my hand would surely knock him out the race. Look at this shit. Kyro Carter has a mistress. Ha, wow. And they have a son together.
It was 3 in the afternoon when I walked into Smitty's. Just like I suspected, this place was dead. Happy hour didn't start till 5. It was only a few neighborhood drunks in here. I called the other day to ask Smith, who was working the night Farrah was drugged. Without suspicion, he told me. Fire burned through me as I listened to Brooklyn tell me the facts that what happened that night. The more she talked, 2 and 2 was adding up to 5. Something was telling me the bartender was due a visit. Hey, you. Can I have a Long Island iced tea?
Sure thing, buddy.
Old boy fixed my drink, then served it to me. I took a couple of drinks as I took in my surroundings, calculating how much time I had to do what I wanted to do. Say, isn't this the spot where Farrah Wright was the night she overdosed?
Sure was, man. This place I've been crawling with detectives ever since. They said she was drugged.
So what say you?
Well, I couldn't call it. She sat here the whole night.
I jumped over the bar when he said that and grabbed him by the collar of his shirt. I could tell dude was taken by surprise by the way his eyes bulged out. The two idiots that tried to take Farrah out that night is in custody. The cops are tearing up your spot as we speak. What are they gonna find? And you better not lie to me.
Bro, listen to me, man. It wasn't my idea. I love Farrah, but I owed them 15 grand in gambling debt, man. They told me they would forgive half if I just slipped her a little something in her drink. I mean, I agreed because I saw she had bodyguards with her that would drag her out of there at the first sign of trouble. But I guess they knew her bodyguards wouldn't be paying attention after a few beers themselves. Listen, man, I swear, I was so happy to see Brooklyn walk in there that night. I really was. I didn't want anything to happen to Farrah, but those guys threatened to break my legs. What do you want me to do, man?
Oh, yeah? Well, what the fuck you think I'm about to do? Without further delay, I introduced my fist to that scumbag's face. I was so furious. I just kept hitting him over and over until I saw blood and I heard someone calling my name.
Kingston.
The owner of the club walked over, grabbing me by the shoulder. I paused trying to break this guy's jaw to see who was touching me.
That's enough, son.
I let go of the bartender, allowing him to drop to the floor. For good measure, kicked him in the face with my Timberland boot. Screeched like a little girl as his head bounced off the floor.
Yeah, you're in big trouble now, Mr. Super Producer. I'm going to sue your ass.
The scumbag spit blood from his mouth, attempting to get up. I was gonna give him one more when Smitty grabbed me by the shoulder.
No, I got it. Trust me, it's not worth it.
I leaned down towards him, making him freeze where he was. Yeah, you do that. But I'm gonna release this tape of you confessing to drugging a woman for rape just to pay off your gambling debts. You gonna need that money when you get out of jail at 60, nigga. The bartender looked defeated when he saw the wire I had on me as he confessed to the drugging of Farrah. Smitty, I want his jaw.
No, you don't have to tell me that, son. He'll never work another bar in this state again, and I'll see to it. I need you to go on and get on out of here. Go to the back. I don't think those sirens are from the music I'm playing on the jukebox. Hurry up, get on out of here.
Damn, I ain't even noticed the sirens, and they were getting closer. Even though I had every intention of going to jail today, shit, if I can escape this one, why not? Quickly, I ran through the back door of Smitty's. I walked around the front just in time to see two cops rushing through Smitty's front door. Just as nice, got into my car and sped off. I'm sure I'll be hearing about this. As soon as I walked through the door of my record label, Farrah was waiting for me in the hallway. I already knew what her problem was, and quite frankly, I ain't care. I kept it moving towards the elevator so I could have a drink in my office. The Long Island iced tea I had at the bar wore off as I was rearranging the bartender's face.
Kingston, tell me you didn't fire Tay and Winston. They've been with me since the very beginning.
You can't be serious right now. Unconcerned with her concerns, I pressed the button for the top floor. Farrah waited for the elevator doors to close so she can continue to go off. She had a little audience in the lobby. She's learning.
Kingston, that wasn't right. You don't get to make those type of decisions for me. I pay them. Their salary comes out of my budget.
The elevator door opened to my floor. I stepped out and swiftly turned to the girl who held my heart and my sanity hostage. Yo, that's gotta be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Your budget comes out of my budget. Therefore, I paid them. I paid them to keep you safe. Nothing more, nothing less. When you can't do what I paid you for, then I no longer need you. I walked off towards my office. Unsatisfied with my answer, Farrah continued to follow me on my heels. Hey, CC. My receptionist waved to me. We gave each other the look as she seen Farrah going off behind me. This was nothing new. Cece knew she had to stay quiet until spoken to, lest fire went off on her too.
Hey, Cece, you not speaking today?
Ripped around in shock as she actually noticed my assistant. Usually, Farrah didn't speak to her unless she was yelling at her to give her my location. Cece had job security with me because she never cracked. Cece smiled and waved. Smart girl. She never takes the bait. I walked into my door and closed the door behind my woman as she still was fussing at me about her dumbass bodyguards. Farrah, it's done! Like the brat she was, Farrah just crossed her arms and pouted her lips. I ain't gonna front, she actually turned me on. She could tell by the tone of my voice that there was no change in my mind no matter what she nabbed. Now come here. Now let me explain something to you. I love you, girl. You're one of the closest people to me. And I don't have many people that I'm close with. I'm talking, you in the running with between you and my sister.
Which one?
What?
Which sister? It makes a difference.
What? That's dumb. London, of course.
Sure not Brooklyn? She seems more into you.
What? Brooklyn is more into herself. You're just saying that because y'all all BFFs and whatnot. London, hands down. Farrah, I'm not having these side arguments with you. And this is why we stayed together for so long. Silly conversations like this were my escape from my reality. She made me smile on the inside. Yeah, right. Brooklyn to London? That's not even a comparison on the map. She smiled knowing she lightened the mood. I took her in my arms and held her close. Come here. You scared me the other day. I don't ever want anything bad to happen to you. And if the people I pay to make sure you stay safe can't handle that, they don't belong guarding one of my most precious, valuable possessions.
When will you stop calling me your possession?
When you stop belonging to me. She blushed, then smiled. I can't lie. Her smile did something to me. Made me feel all warm inside. Now come here, you know it's been a while. Why don't you come and show Daddy what he's really been missing? She closed the blinds to my office and locked the door.
With pleasure.
My siblings and I all sat on the couch and listened to my parents argue upstairs. Kyro called the family meeting to discuss the alleged rumor of him and a mistress having a love child. Damn. But as soon as Asia walked through the door, it was war at first sight. Kyro immediately walked upstairs knowing my mother hated arguing in front of her children and she would follow. Since then, it's been us sitting down here listening to them bicker back and forth.
Asia, for the last time, the kid is not my son.
Oh, so who are you now, Michael Jackson? Are they gonna start calling this woman Billie Jean?
Cute, Asia, real cute.
This is far from cute. I am heartbroken. The fact that my husband can be accused of such a thing. When I said better for worse, this is not what I imagined.
Oh yeah, well, what was it then? Because I don't remember you going through worse since we met.
Whoa, that was a low blow. I must admit, it is the truth, but it's still a low blow.
There he goes again, always throwing money in Mommy's face. I can't stand when he do that.
Please, like he's lying. Mommy walks around like she's such a victim. Women would kill to be in her shoes.
Oh yeah? Why? 'Cause she married to the great Kyro Carter? Please, London, you don't have to do that. Daddy doesn't need you to defend him right now. So please, rest.
If you can't tell by now, London is a daddy's girl, and Brooklyn thought my mother could do no wrong. My siblings and I were really close, but sometimes our parents, unbeknownst, made us draw a line in the sand and choose sides. This was between two married people, but somehow I saw this becoming the start of a sister feud.
Daddy doesn't need me to defend him. This house, Mommy's cars, shoot, her career all speak for themselves.
Don't do that. Don't take Mommy's career from her. She worked hard for that. Daddy had nothing to do with it.
Well, who do you think convinced her to start her own line instead of just being a model who wore other people's clothing? Daddy. How can I not give him some credit for that?
Oh, okay, cool. Since we giving credit, can we give some to the person who convinced Daddy to let you work for the firm you're at? Remember when Daddy wanted you to strictly work for him after you passed the bar? Who convinced him that it was more beneficial for you to work for a firm and bring Daddy on as a client? I'll take Who Is Mommy for $500, Alex.
Oh, okay. So we're giving credit for doing what was supposed to be done as a mother and support your daughter's dreams? Great. I'll keep that in mind the next time I'm in court defending a father from a crazed, money-hungry wife. What will you be doing? Taking a picture?
Ouch.
Nope, probably with my man, getting some dick. By the way, when's the last time you saw one of those?
It's been a while. Should I call Bryson? His dick serves the community, right?
London wins again. Brooklyn was so pissed she tried to lunge at London. Kingston had to grab her. Meanwhile, London sat on the couch unfazed by her pissed off sister.
I don't know why you try me. I'm a lawyer. Getting the last word is my job. You just sit there and look pretty. That's yours.
London sashayed her smart ass out the house.
He said he would be here at 8, yet it's 7:45 p.m. and this dude was knocking at my door. Wes, don't you know it's rude to show up for a date early? I'm nowhere near ready.
We're supposed to be leaving in 15 minutes. How are you not ready?
I want it to look nice.
London, I have a reservation we cannot be late for.
About that, where are you taking me tonight?
I'll tell you if you let me in.
Nope. You coming in depends on where we're going. Wes took a deep breath. He looked annoyed and amused at the same time. I wonder if I made him feel giddy like he makes me feel.
It's a really nice restaurant I want to take you to. I just think you have horrible taste in where you eat your food.
Is this about the food truck you caught me at? I told you, I just wanted something quick. He looked at me with those pretty blue eyes of his and silently told me I was lying. Anyway, I'm changing our plans.
You can't do that.
You always take me out to eat, and I thank you for upgrading my taste in food. However, I thought it would be nice if tonight I cooked for you. I stepped to the side and allowed Wes to walk in. As soon as you stepped in my condo, you could see my dining room. Wes was floored by the candlelight setup I had. Taking his hand in mine, I walked him into my dining room so he could see all that I had prepared for him. I'm thinking we could stay in tonight, turn our phones off, have a nice meal, and then play an interesting game. I held up a deck of cards I got off the internet. It was a card game for adults that allowed you to spark interesting conversation between the opposite sex. Not that Wes and I needed help in the conversation department. We could talk on the phone all night. But I figured this would spice things up. So Wes stood there frozen, making me wonder if he liked my idea or not.
You cook?
Yes. What do you mean? Of course I cook. And I'm good at it. Look. I walked around the table taking the tops off the dishes I made. The seafood spread I prepared looked delicious, if I must say so myself. Now, are we staying in or not?
No, seriously. You can cook. London Carter cooks.
2 things. 1, stop being silly and sit your ass down. And 2, stop calling me by my first and last name. You're doing too much.
So all this time, I've been searching for a personal chef online for when we get married and have kids, and you can cook.
He did it again. He made me blush. I sucked my teeth and walked away from his silly ass. That man kept my spirits up every time we were together. I was enjoying his company very much. I grabbed the salad out of the fridge and returned to the dining room. Wes was still standing there like he was really in such disbelief that I could cook. I walked over to him, taking his jacket off and walking him to a chair. I pulled it out for him and sat him down. I fixed his plate, then mine. Wes was about to start eating. Wes, we have to bless the food. He put his fork down, grabbed my hand, and surprised me by saying the prayer. The rest of the dinner was smooth and relaxing. After we stuffed our bellies, we walked over to the couch with my deck of cards. This was going to be interesting. Okay, you first. If the person you were interested in was in love with someone else, what would you do to make them fall in love with you?
Nothing.
Wes.
I'm serious, nothing. If she's in love with someone else, why would I want to pursue her?
Because she might be your soulmate.
Then why is my soulmate in love with someone else?
Because she doesn't know it yet. Wes sucked his teeth before snatching the deck of cards from me. He picked out a card of his own.
Okay, this is a good one. If your parents didn't like the person you were dating, would you continue the relationship?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I never thought about that before.
What's so hard about it? Would you? Or wouldn't you?
Well, my family is pretty close. So if my dad didn't approve of someone, how could I bring him around?
London, you would make it work. You don't just cut someone off because Daddy Dearest doesn't like them. Besides, do you think your dad is going to like me?
My dad barely knows you. Yes, and he's seen you in the courtroom a couple of times, but he thinks all white people look alike. He won't even notice. Thankfully, he dropped the subject of my dad not liking him. We continued our game, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. Okay. Wait. One more, and then I'm done with this game.
Shoot.
If you wanted to be intimate with someone, but they were moving too slow, how would you initiate contact?
Fitting question. Let me show you.
I didn't even realize what I asked the man until he snatched the card out of my hand and tossed it on the floor. Too much damn wine. Still sitting, Wes picked me up and placed me on his lap. He positioned me where my legs were on either side of him, and we were facing each other. I knew right then I had too much wine. Normally, this was too close for comfort for me, and right now, I was feeling very comfortable. The card didn't say anything about showing me.
Shh.
Oh, no, he didn't. Wes leaned forward and kissed me on my lips. His lips were soft. His kiss was gentle. But for some reason, I was frozen. I hadn't been intimate with anybody in years. I spent most of my 20s in school, and the year I spent in a relationship proved to be a waste of my time, as the guy was only using me to help him through law school. So as Wes repeatedly placed soft kisses on my lips, all I could think about was, don't do it. He's using you.
London!
I know. I'm sorry. I just can't do this right now.
I'm not going to ask if it's me, because I know you're into me. I'm not going to ask if it's someone else, because I take up too much of your time for there to be anybody else. I do that just so I know I'm the only man you're seeing. So that only leaves you. And I'm not going to push you to do anything you truly don't want to. But we've been seeing each other for 2 months now and haven't so much as held hands. I'm going to kiss you again. I'm asking you to let go and kiss me back, but only if you really want to.
Wes kissed me again, and I was still frozen. He pulled back looking very disappointed. At that moment, I don't know what came over me, but I grabbed that man by the collar of his shirt, pulling him towards me. I threw my tongue down his throat and passionately kissed him. The deeper we kissed, the more his hands roamed my body. They started on my ass, firmly gripping my cheeks. Then he moved up to my back, caressing me gently. His hands found their way to the zipper on my dress. I heard the zipper come down and my dress fell from my shoulders. Wes pulled the dress down where my bra was exposed. Before I could stop him, he popped the back of my bra and exposed my breast.
Damn!
Wes grabbed them in his hands before placing one in his mouth. Electricity moved through my body as I fell weak to his every touch. I heard myself moaning and got a little scared.
Relax.
I guess Wes felt me stiff up. Swiftly, he flipped me over where I was now sitting on the couch. Wes fell to his knees, lifting my dress up. After he pulled my panties down, he dove right into my love box, making me grab one of my couch pillows. My moans became louder with each stroke of his tongue. I can't believe this was happening. But Wes was right. I needed to let go. Before I knew it, I exploded. The feeling was overwhelming. I tried to lift his head up, but Wes held my hands down while he continued to slurp up my lava. I screamed in pure pleasure, coming a few more times before he got up. Wes dropped his pants to the floor and busted every myth about all white men being small. I guess it was my turn to return the favor. Before I could even go for it, Wes grabbed me, turning me over back on his lap. I'm not going to lie. The way this white boy was flipping me around was making me hotter. Wes lifted me up so he could slide in. However, even though I was wet as shit, his shaft was met with some resistance.
How long has it been, London? Wait, don't tell me you're a virgin.
Not the time, Wes, not the time. Wanting him so bad inside of me, I grabbed his shaft and started rotating on it. The moans that I was releasing told him I was enjoying slowly sliding down on him. Finally, his rock-hard stick was inside of me, and it felt wonderful. It's been a while since I rode a bull, but I figured it was like riding a bike. Slowly, I gyrated my hips on him until my walls adjusted to his size. Wes was lost inside of me as his moans and pants were just as heavy as mine. This man held me close in his arms as I rotated my hips and ass on him. From time to time, he would bury his face in my breast, sucking on my nipples like a baby searching for milk. This man's penis was like a magnet to my G-spot. No matter where or how I moved, it found her and tortured her until she cried, over and over again.
If you don't slow down, this party's gonna end before I even get started.
Even get started? Shit, I'm done. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just hold on.
Wes picked me up, still inside of me, and walked me to my bedroom. We never separated as he laid me down on my bed. I'm guessing this was going to be a long night.
Honestly, I didn't feel like being here. But my boss told me to come down here to find out if the rumors were true. Couldn't tell you why, though. It's not like Kingston would confess to me about beating up some man in some raggedy-ass club. But I'm trying to keep my job, so here I am. The elevator door opened, and out walked Kane and Kingston. Lord, if I didn't feel like being here before, I definitely did not want to be here now. Kane was flirting with me the last time we saw each other, and I didn't know what to make of it since it was totally out of his character. Left me wondering if he was playing with me or not, because I'm nobody's toy.
Well, if it's not Miss Bougie herself.
Whatever. Your dad sent me here to question you about your latest incident, so I know how to deal with the press.
Incident? Wait, what incident? Kane, you know about any incidents I'm involved in?
Nope.
See? Neffi, I'm innocent. Tell Daddy Dearest that it's all good.
Well, I would believe you if the blogs weren't posting this on the internet. I took out my phone and held it up to them to show them the picture of Kingston throwing a punch at a man behind the bar of the Raggedy Club. They both leaned forward to look at my phone.
Photoshopped!
Okay, I was done. I just stood there staring at the Ringling Brothers in disbelief.
Oh shit, bro, look at that. Miss Bad and Bougie is finally speechless. I would take a picture, but I have a date. Tell Daddy I said what up.
Kingston ran off chuckling to himself. I was too mad. Here I was, tired and hungry, and Kingston was playing games when I was only trying to do my job. Tell him yourself, asshole. Kane busted out laughing. I snapped my head so fast towards him, he quickly stopped laughing.
Come on. Don't pay Kingston no mind. None of the rest of us do.
Yeah, because none of the rest of you guys work for your dad.
What? We're his kids. We all work for our dad. Unlike you, none of us could quit.
I guess that's true. If I was being honest, Kane looked really nice today. This man stood in front of me in a full navy blue suit with a long black pea coat. He looked really sophisticated with his black briefcase.
Look, you hungry? I was about to go get something to eat. You care to join me?
Are you asking me on a date?
Whoa, pump your brakes, Miss Bad and Bougie.
Oh, okay.
Look, this is my way of saying thank you. You've been doing an amazing job representing the fam.
Oh, did Kane Carter just give me a compliment?
Okay, why does everyone call us by our first and last name? We're not the Kennedys. And it wasn't a compliment. You look hungry, so I offered to feed you.
Kane walked off. I stood there watching the man that worked my nerves like no other, strolling his sexy self down the hall. Suddenly, he stopped short.
You coming or not?
I snapped out of my trance and started walking towards him.
Told you was hungry.
I hated these trips, but I was up for promotion and needed to beat my biggest rival in conviction rates to secure my position. Chiba said he would help me do that by handing me over solid cases, in exchange for one thing: helping him bury Kyro for the upcoming city council election. At first, I was all for it. The Carter family walked around the city of Atlanta like they were untouchable. What prosecutor wouldn't want to prove them wrong? And then, London Carter gave me something I wanted almost just as much as this promotion: her time. Oh man, it was worth the wait. I couldn't get this girl off my mind. Actually, I didn't have to. We were texting and talking on the phone almost every day. I was enjoying every minute of it until Chiba would call. Then reality hit, and I was reminded that I had a job to do if I wanted this promotion. Chiba, what's going on?
Hello, son. Have a seat, man.
I took a seat in front of his desk, placing my suitcase on the floor. Chiba looked upset about something.
So, we had a deal, and so far, it seems like I'm the only one that's been delivering.
Chiba, you gave me 2 cases, and I gave you a mistress scandal. I wouldn't exactly call you runner-up.
I gave you 4 cases. 4!
Oh, are we talking about the 2 Carter cases that your team completely botched? Basic police work, and you would have had your scandal of the year to make sure Kyro didn't win this election or any election in his life. However, your department failed to do simple police work, tying my hands and embarrassing me in front of a fellow colleague, I might add.
Are we speaking of London Carter? You know, I'm thinking things didn't go as planned because you have something for her, huh? I've seen you convict people with less evidence than we brought to you on each case. And here comes London, struts on in, making you fold. What's going on, man? She gave you a taste of that peach pie. Now you don't even know what side you on. It's a damn shame.
Whether she gave me a taste or not has nothing to do with the shit show you're running here. Bring me something solid. Your officers didn't fuck up, and I promise you, Kyro is going down. Until then, don't fucking call me for every little thing. You're making us look dirty.
The Pride of Kyro was written by Ejanai Kamal, produced and directed by Ejanai Kamal and Hanif Wynn. Kyro Carter was played by Jeremiah Blunt. Asia Carter was played by Courtney Jones. Kane Carter was played by Hanif Wynn. London Carter was played by LaToya Ransom. Kingston Carter was played by Jocelyn Frazier. Brooklyn Carter was played by Raven Noble. Karan Carter was played by Zodu Mogs. Captain Chiba was played by Dwayne Bradshaw. Wes Hughes was played by Nick Meyer. Nefertiti Allen was played by Siv Jones. C4 was played by DeJuan Williams. Farrah Wright was played by Taisha Shufer. Bryson Patterson was played by Zodu Mogs. Additional background vocals provided by Khalil Laporta and Christian Guillermo. For the Love of the Pride of Kyro was written by Joseph Buchanan. The Pride of Kyro was recorded at Patchwork Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Sound design for The Pride of Kyro was done by Christian Guglielmo. The Pride of Kyro was mixed and mastered by Christian Guglielmo from a Shiesty Major. Promotional visuals was provided by Fame of Plan B Marketing. Additional vocals provided by Luther Banks. The Pride of Kyro is streamed on all podcast platforms. Please subscribe and leave us a review. Follow us on all social media at The Pride of Kyro. Follow us on Patreon to receive all exclusive content and early bird access to new episodes. We appreciate all y'all support. Catch us on the next episode. Peace. As we approach our mid-season finale, be sure to catch some of our cast members as we interview them each week leading up to the return of The Pride of Kyro on April the 27th. We appreciate all the love and support from all of our fans. God bless. Take care.